Hey guys, welcome back. What happens when somebody's featured on the channel here for scamming, for stealing, and they say I don't have enough receipts? They say I'm wishy-washy, my research is no good. Well, we're going to have a whole lot more research today. We're going to take a look at how and why Gunnar got off from stealing stuff from AGS, the grading company. Customer submissions, if you will. So stealing from customers, stealing from AGS, the whole mess, the whole kit and caboodle. And then we're also going to take a look at FaZe Clan, where Adapt and company were seemingly tricked into trusting Gunnar, but now confronted him. So we're going to take a look at the clip where he confronts Gunnar. It's classic. They shit on him afterwards. You're going to want to stay tuned for everything in the video here. There's a lot to get through, so we're going to do our best to keep it moving. If you haven't seen the previous videos, you probably want to watch these. Here we have it. So here's a nice little email from Alex of AGS, the CEO of AGS, who says he's going to send me the receipts. He's going to send me the entire conversation that we're going to take a look at today between himself and Gunnar's dad. What happened? How is it that they dropped the charges? We're going to find out today. Stay tuned. So Adapt did react to my video. He was looking at my video. He was looking at other videos. It seems like Gunnar was trying to pull one over on them. I don't know if Gunnar's plan was just to get famous off of these individuals by bringing stuff, stream sniping, borderline stalking. This is just kind of creepy when you look back at it, and whether or not he had bad intentions, we're going to have to assume on that one. So very good job, internet, for piecing this together, seeing Gunnar on the streams, and then using the video evidence, the video footage, the video coverage that I have on Gunnar to piece one and one together and say, hey, this guy's probably also trying to scam you. Thank you very much to Corrupt for letting me know that that coverage was taking place. And then we have him digging into the DMs, not the DMs, but the messages rather. And you can see here that metalc0re, who none of it lines up when you look at all the clips, all the stuff in context in relation to each other. Here we have him taking a look at what was going on. As you can see here, we have metalc0re, who created an account in 2022. He was like, oh, I owe you guys. You guys are totally my inspiration and everything else. He was only following since March 8th, 2025, and somehow posted a Juicy Lucy. How many messages was it? Like 900 and something. 980 messages. Holy shit. That's some crazy shit. So he was working his way in. He was trying to get his ass in there. Was he doing it for fame? Wasn't he doing it so he could hang out at the FaZe house and bring some stuff home without permission? That's my guess. Maybe both. Maybe he wanted both. Not sure. But seems like a serial issue where this guy is just stealing shit from anywhere that he's working for or with. Again, has he changed at this point in time? I don't really think so. So they piece it together. We got a nice little clip here with a Team Rocket pack. And in that clip, he's going to claim, oh, if I pull the Dark Charizard, we have to work together. It's a sign, right? Anyone that knows anything about Pokemon is going to know that he opened this pack in a very suspicious way, that he could have loaded this pack, and his intention was to just kind of win them over. Oh my god, I can't believe we pulled the greatest thing ever. We're going to have to co-stream. We're going to have to be famous together, guys. Let's watch this clip, one of two. Later on, the confrontation is the juiciest bit, so stay tuned for that.
First of all, watch how he opens it. He opens it without flipping it over, which is very...
Dark Charizard, like this is a big cocky and getting a little nervous myself.
Alright.
Dark Charizard, Dark Blastoise.
Yeah,
focus.
A lot of dark focus.
Wait. Dark Charizard. This is a pack that X pulled the Dark Charizard out of, right?
No, don't get away.
Yeah.
No one on Earth opens a book.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, essentially he scammed y'all to try and use y'all for content and for clout and to...
So they look at other videos. They see that the cards are in there backwards. Also, there's just no one on Earth that's going to grab a pack from the front and open it from the back. He's trying to hide the fact that it's resealed. Pretty obvious shit for anyone that's trained in Pokemon, anyone that's not trained, and maybe only saw his little clipperino of it with Gunnar here, who's going to post.
Ready, guys?
Why didn't you show the pack being open? So he cuts right to the part where he pulls that shit. He screams. He says they got to work together. Again, just a full con man attitude. Con man, everything he does seems to be a con. Seems to be some kind of trickery in some way. If it's not stealing, then it's going to be faking shit for exposure. There you have it. So thank you again to Corrupt. Here's a bunch of timestamps that we have here, where the important stuff takes place. It's like a 6-hour stream. So appreciate that. Very cool. All right, let's get into Receipt Town before we get into the juicy video. And here we have Carlos that works for AGS putting together a list of these stolen cards, which I'm sure took them just a stupid amount of time. You can tell here they're pretty upset. They're pretty done with having to deal with this shit because, again, like how much... This is what they saw. This is what they went through video footage and found out that he stole from AGS. Was there more that he stole? Has he stolen from other people? I would guess most certainly yes. And here we have a nice little statement, a nice little, I guess, dropping the charges. Case has been resolved outside of criminal court. And you might ask, Rattle, how would that possibly happen? We're gonna get. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that. And it's pretty disgusting. Heads up. So here we have metalc0re who's gonna mouth off. He's gonna, again, there's got to be like the 5 or 7 stages of scammer grief involving me, involving my coverage. They're going to say I don't have enough evidence. They're going to hate me. They're going to say that I'm just a hater. They're going to say that I'm negative. I don't even know what all the stages are. We're going to have to put that together at some point. But here people are trolling him, saying Rattle collab. And he says, I decay because the official Pokemon company invites me places, but he gets denied. So I got to see if the crew will allow it. So for anyone that didn't see the first video about Gunnar, the Pokemon company did not vet the people involved with a program that they filmed, and I guess he's just happy that they didn't find out he was a serial, I would say serial at this point in time, Pokemon card scammer and or thief. Address the reseal allegations. It was resealed. I can tell you from a mile away. He tried to hide that by having the pack upside down. He got a little bit lucky, or I guess a little unlucky, that they panned away and panned back in when he was doing the opening part of it, and he tried to hide that. Fucking just so stupid. So here he thinks that we're talking shit, and he's doing shit. That's the kind of attitude that we're gonna have here. People only start to hate when you're up the hater. You're the goat. What the fucking hell does that? Rattle gonna have a 54 part for me next. I hope that everyone just gets rid of this guy. We're going to see. He does get banned from the game store from Burbank, which is not a surprise. The sports card radio guys have hung out with the owner there. And clearly, like, if you own a card shop, why you do not want this fucker in there. You don't want him stealing from people in the store. You don't want him stealing from the store itself. Again, he's had enough chances. There's like oh yeah, he stole at one point in time. He claims, I don't know if it's in here or not, with the... claimed that he was, I was only 17. The age changes for when he was stealing from Walmart. For some reason, I don't know why he doesn't remember how old he was at the time. Maybe it's because he was such a young buck and he changed since then. No, he hasn't. So here we have Cali Lurk, the Cali Lurk, Philly Lurk dudes. They're like hard on the Rattle hate train. I guess they're still pissed off that they were working with Blake Martinez, the serial scammer, the serial rigged gambling provider. I don't know. Again, I wouldn't trust them either. If you're going to work with somebody like Blake, who has been proven to his entire team stealing from customers with rigged gambling, I don't know. That's someone to avoid, in my opinion. All right, here we have, again, it's just like shit-talking me is just going to make me, this was fucking painful. And it doesn't even, no one even requires this, but we're just going to go into absolutely stupid detail so that this doesn't happen again, so that he can't claim there isn't enough receipts. Here we have other people in the comments claiming that Gunnar was being a scammeroni. I think there was one other guy that was saying that back in his music days that he was also doing some crazy shit where he had some bootleg merch and everything else that he was scamming people with. So again, it's just continuous. The track record is just fucking insane. So again, you got to pretend you're sick. I'm not going to stream because I'm sick. I'm sick, guys. I would stream. If he streamed, he would get absolutely eaten alive. Please do not contact or harass anyone in this video or any other video. You know the drill. Not worth it. Do not do it. Spread the information. That's most important. If you have a game store, I would recommend that you don't let them in. That's kind of what it comes down to. Metalc0re, Gunnar, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. I would appreciate it if you went and fucked off somewhere else outside of Pokemon or anything else. Stay away from the fucking cardboard. You have a serious problem here. No one should trust you. No one should interact with you whatsoever. Get this fucker the hell out of here. So, again, me at home watching Rattle make my bank go up. So then this is one of the other stages. It's like, oh, Rattle, you're helping me by showing people that I'm a thief. Am I? Am I, though? Just because the negative thoughts are loud does not mean they are true. I don't know. We're going to take a look at a lot of negative thoughts. May God give my haters courtside seats to watch me ball. Fucking Christ, man. Like, go just be a criminal somewhere else. If you don't want me to make videos about you, you might want to stay away from the cardboard. Chat, this is the worst stomach flu I've ever had. Non-stop vomit since last night. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. This feels like I got poisoned. So at some points he's saying that he got poisoned. He got food poisoning. Other points he's saying he's got a flu. I don't think he was sick whatsoever. I think he was just worried that people would eat him alive if he went live on a stream, because everyone knows that he's a scamming, lying piece of shit. So here we have it. We have Leo Morales, Gunnar's dad, with some information, with some text messages between him and Alex. Alex being the CEO of AGS, where Gunnar stole from. So we're going to go through these. I'm not going to read them all. You guys can pause the video if you want to go through those, because it's just an intense amount of information here. I have a video recording start to finish every DM that ever crossed paths between the two of them. We're not going to show that video because it's just going to be infinitely harder to blur the phone numbers that are involved. So here we go, back and forth. And you can see, if you haven't read, if you haven't looked at this stuff, if you don't feel like reading, essentially Gunnar's dad told a sad story about Gunnar's brother, who is special needs, and essentially, hey, can we make it right? Can you please drop the charges, please? It's for the best interest of the special needs brother of his, Ryan. And yeah, sad story. It's a shame. I think AGS should have absolutely pressed charges. They should have taken him to court. They should have went through and made sure that this was on his record, because now at this point, he's lying about it. His girlfriend that was also at AGS stealing, she's lying about it, and bad-mouthing AGS. Like, I can't imagine you steal from your place of employment, they let you off the hook, and then you're still going to mouth off. Like, that is the fucking dumbest shit I've ever seen. That is maybe more dumb than the Resealed guy, the really bad Resealed guy. So, there you have it. Sad story. Shit, I gotta blur another number there. Oopsie doopsie. So it's just them on the way, them talking, his dad basically begging, like, please, this is my special needs son, our family, you're destroying our family, please don't destroy our family. Here's all the documentation that we took a look at already. So they fixed the problem. They thought they made a nice $10,000 payment to resolve the issue. It turns out that there was $13,000. I don't know if that was the entirety of it. It seems like they were just wanted to get this resolved and get most of that money back. Again, it still fucks over the people that submitted their cards. If anyone sent anything in that had sentimental value and they can never get that back, then they're just kind of shit out of luck. And who knows what else he stole from them or from anyone else that he was working with. Again, there was the game store that he worked at that claims that he stole some shit when he was supposed to be covering for them, that sort of thing. Somewhere in here we have the girlfriend mouthing off. I think we passed it already, but yeah, it's all the same shit. She's mouthing off. AGS is fed up with this shit. They wanted it to be resolved, but also it's in the best interest of the hobby, of the best interest of the public, that they know there's a very good chance that Gunnar is going to steal from you. He's going to lie. He's going to cheat. All of that stuff. Now, without further ado, I guess I forgot the link tree. Damn it. We forgot the link tree. Let's get the link tree in here real quick. Link tree. Here we go. We got a Rattle Pokemon link tree. If you want to support the channel, do not send me money. I will not steal your graded cards from any company. Anything of that sort. I would rather you guys support the channel in a free method. We got PSA Pikachu, Sakura's Card Shop Card Market, Bye. 10% off your first purchase with that little bad boy right there. We got the sign up for free $25 Fanatics Live credit with Catch 'em All collectibles. I would not recommend anyone buys from any sort of break, any sort of live pack opening experience, that kind. They do have other auctions, auction off items. If you know what you're looking for, you can get a good deal. I don't think they're going to scam you in any way. But in the very least, you should be using this to get essentially a pack of Evolving Skies, sealed pack shipped to you. All you got to do is pay the $5 shipping. They should have that up and ready to go. So if you haven't signed up already, do that. At least get your $5 pack of Evolving Skies, and then call it quits if you want to. Go say hi, whatever you got to do. And then collector after tracking your collection. Holy moly, that was a longer Linktree plug than I intended. But here we go. We have the confrontation. Everyone has been waiting for the confrontation, and here she is. Here's the juiciness that is the confrontation.
All right. Hold on, chat.
Okay, I'll head on a swivel.
Gunnar said he was gonna pull up with an intervention, so we gotta. Where's he at? What's good, Gunnar? How you doing, bro? Are you sick?
Hey, I'm a little sick actually. Check my shoulder.
Damn. Wait, maybe we should talk somewhere
I'm a
where
little
it's
sick
not so
now.
loud. Maybe
By your car, yeah.
let's go over toward my car. What happened, bro?
First off, I just want to say, first time I pulled up on you was because I started watching your videos and I wanted the Black Ops sign. I think I was sick.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pull up with the stuff for you because you guys don't really get to go to certain events and get shit like that all the time because of what you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to pull up for it. And I don't know, I wanted to pull up with cool stuff. I didn't reseal anything. I bought 4 packs that were heavy off of the last card show I was vending at. One of them was the fossil pack that didn't even have a hollow in it. So
Damn, so you didn't reseal that pack that we opened?
I have literally thousands of videos on my streaming platform. I sell products, 1,000 items
Losing.
sold. I have never once resealed, weighed, or done anything.
But I was looking at a video, and when you open the pack, the cards are supposed to be facing a different way.
That's with different waves. Certain waves, different, like Team Rocket came out in 2000, 2001, and 2002. As hangers, booster boxes, first edition. There's all different things when chat says stuff. Chat really doesn't know, like, Pokemon like that. I'm not trying to be like that, but, like,
You know Pokemon.
I've been doing it my whole life.
Okay.
And I see chat saying, like, that's why he moved here. That's
Been
like,
stealing
all the
it my whole
companies and
life.
Stuff I worked for that's
Allegedly.
me of this stuff. I worked for them 4 or 5 years ago. I moved here 2 months ago. So no one moved because of that. And
The lawsuit stuff happened in 2023. That was 2 years ago. It's 2025 now.
if anyone believes that's true, do a background check on me. Nothing comes up. I've never been in legal trouble with that.
Nothing
So you're
comes
saying
up
you're a chain
because
fan?
they tossed
I
it out.
never did that to begin with. When I was younger, I stole from Walmart. I don't give a fuck. I did do that. I was on tour with my band. I stole from Target too.
So you never stole from that AGS company? The CEO suing you?
No, no.
Or didn't the CEO come out and say that?
He said that, and he said,
Why would he
stole
say that?
$113,000 worth. That's a grand larceny.
It's 13,000, not 113,000.
I would go to jail right now. If you do a background check on me, nothing comes up.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
never gotten in trouble.
So there's no weird shit going on. You
Because
didn't
literally-
steal.
I never got in trouble for it, not I didn't do it.
Look it up. Nothing. I did not.
And the pack was not resealed. It was just a coincidence that there was a Dark
few
Charizard.
heavy packs. I pulled a Dark Magneton the day before.
Yeah, but the pack was resealed. There's no arguing that it wasn't resealed.
I'm
Cards were
hearing-
facing the wrong way.
Pack.
I'm hearing that
The
it's
cards were
packed,
facing the
Gilbert.
wrong way.
You had them facing the wrong way.
Why do you say my name?
I didn't
Pokemon.
face the cards anyway. I didn't reseal it. I don't. You could check my entire history of
So the Pokemon company fucked up and just put the cards the wrong way,
Is that that's
I
what
bought
you're
these
saying?
packs with less cards in there.
and then you
I bought
opened the
packs
pack.
that
With, you didn't flip over the pack when you opened it either. You opened it from the back.
You had like a weird angle
Yeah.
when you opened it. You like opened it like almost like it
Like you
wasn't
watch all
fully
your
sealed.
videos, you've never opened a pack from the back like that. The pack that you opened with us
literally
first.
opened the pack with Jason.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, but the one with the Dark Charizard,
That
you
one.
didn't.
I did it the same way I was ripping with Jason.
And it
And
would,
he also pulled his out. Did I reseal that too? That's what chat's saying. You bought it at the store.
I'm just saying it just doesn't look good right now, Gunnar. There's a whole YouTuber breaking it down where you got
Uh-oh.
all these allegations that you stole from this company, you stole from this company, and that the CEO of a actual trading company said you and your girlfriend both were working there and you guys stole from them over 6 figures of shit. I don't know,
I
just
wouldn't even be standing if that was a thing. Like, that's impossible. No one would ever do that. That's just crazy. And honestly, I'm not here to be like, chat, please. I'm not doing that. I wanted to come and like
It was 13,000 that they could find.
bring you the vintage stuff because you don't really get to do stuff like that. When you go to these stores, you visibly get fleeced by them and it's upsetting. So I wanted to pull up with cool stuff. We were talking about doing the streaming stuff in the future. I was working on getting a base set box. I was just trying to go all out for you because you guys don't really get the proper Pokemon in. If you don't fuck with me, it's okay. I'm sorry that you guys think that. I don't reseal anything. If you are in the Pokemon community, you know I don't do that. So, I mean, there's not much else I can say. I'm not saying, chat, you have to watch me stream that. I wasn't going to stream. I never streamed on Twitch.
100% you
I
did.
only did it because I get DMs from your fans saying, pull up. He's going to this store. Where we want to see this pack.
So it wasn't calculated at all when you first pulled up on me.
When I first pulled up on you, what do you mean?
When you first pulled up on me over here, like.
Oh no, I was watching your stream. I pulled up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you said that you were just like conveniently there, and then you had all this
you
stuff.
started going to the shops, and I was like, I'm just gonna start bringing shit with me.
Okay. And you didn't reseal that pack?
I did not reseal a pack. No, I don't even know how to reseal a pack.
You don't know how?
Nope.
What the fuck, dude? I don't even know how to reseal a pack. How would I reseal it if I don't know how to do it? Jesus, dude. Oh my god. The fact that he showed up here and thought he could like talk himself out of the situation is insane.
I've never done it in my life. You could go through my entire page.
Damn.
Not one.
But the pack was resealed. There's no arguing that it wasn't resealed.
Yeah.
The cards were facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Again, I've opened packs where there are less cards than it says in the pack. There are different sets in the pack.
It's just too much of a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's just, you
It's
know
not
what I'm
how it
saying?
works,
Like, they're facing the
unfortunately.
wrong way. It's the Dark Charizard. You were outside waiting on it. You're like, I got one left. If I pull this, we got to do something. You know what I mean? It's just like,
No, yeah, I
you
mean,
take into account
when you
all of these
break-
things. It's like, damn, bro. Like, how is it not fake?
Well, when you break cards, you always say, we want this one, we want this one.
Yeah, but you don't go
for
say,
the-
hey, if I pull this specific card, we're gonna hang out, and then
I mean,
the
if we
pack's
want to
resealed, and then
any
he
other
pulled that
side,
card.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Gunnar, I don't know, bro.
I mean, it's okay. I'm not trying.
What
to-
about the shit that you gave everyone? Was that stolen or was that yours?
I've never stolen.
Probably.
Well, why did the AGS say you did?
Product from Walmart.
I don't know. If you look up, I did. I was 16 when I did that.
You just said you never did though. So
He
which
was-
one is it?
he said he was
Stole when you were
17.
16, or you never stole.
Maybe it was 16 and a
Yeah,
half.
bro. It's not. Listen, Gunnar.
Again, I'm not trying to.
Yeah. Well, listen. I just wanted to kind of hear what you had to say, to see if you were gonna be like, yeah, it was this, or this what was going on. You know, just give you a chance to talk because, you know, you've been at the shops every time we do one of these streams. You're always around, and you know, I just felt like it was fair. So I appreciate you for pulling up. I know you're sick, but I think we're gonna hit the next spot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You take care, bro. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better.
He doesn't know which way to walk.
Shit, bro.
Oh no, the breakup.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, he's for sure. Yeah, did not
Just
look
like
good.
shit on him yeah, for a
You just
bit.
took
You were on his ass. That
By
was
his,
hey.
You could just tell by his body,
that was
body movements, and
He's just come lie to us, like, bro, come on.
that's why I wanted him to pull up because maybe he was gonna be like, "Listen, I did do that."
Yeah, if he admitted,
My
yeah,
bad.
I resealed it so I could hang. I just want to, you know. But he's
Yeah.
gonna come up. Oh, I know Pokemon better. It wasn't. It
And you-
wasn't resealed. It's like, okay, bro.
And you heard him too. He was like, I don't know if you listened. He was like, we were talking about doing a stream and doing this, like, so it just makes it seem even more like he was trying to create these moments and fake this shit so we could do a stream and he could like kind of get off the ground. Yeah, I don't know, chat. At least we heard him out. Shout out to Bepsi, the GOAT, because he really knows this
Bepsi
shit
did
a
his research
a
for
lot
sure.
more than I do.
All right, so that's pretty much what we have. It's kind of sad attempt to. I mean, that's the thing. You can only like burn so many people in the hobby before it's just known that you're doing that. And this is a prime example of like maybe he would have been better off moving on to some other grift. Pokemon doesn't want you. Pokemon doesn't want you. If they knew what you were up to, if they knew what you're doing, like just go away. Fuck.